Welcome. Welcome, everyone. My name's Athena. I'll be helping lead our Sunday service this morning. Thank you for being with us. A little bit about Sanctuary Church for those who may not have joined us before. Sanctuary is a 508c1a faith-based organization. We use psilocybin mushrooms as a sacrament to connect us to divinity. It is our sincere belief that the consumption of psilocybin-containing mushrooms is a communion, which brings us closer to what is commonly called God. We understand this concept as pure consciousness, which permeates all being. This pure consciousness is, we believe, the ineffable source of creation and the origin of health and well-being. Our faith in sacred mushrooms stems from prehistorical use by our ancestors and personal experiences of our modern members. It is our belief that psilocybin-containing mushrooms are one of the greatest sacraments that nature offers, raising our awareness so that we can access a direct connection to the source of life. We should not be mistaken for a medical or therapeutic organization. We encourage anyone facing trauma recovery or mental health issues to work in conjunction with a psychiatrist, psychologist, or accredited therapist. Our objective is to help and support you in reconnecting with the universal source of healing, your own divine spirit. As we get ready to begin today's service, we ask that you mute your mics if they are not muted already. We want to let you know this meeting is being recorded. If you have any questions around that, feel free to reach out privately. A portion of this service, we will invite you to journal. So now's a good time to grab a notebook and pen if you would like to participate. And please do, if possible for you, find a comfortable space where you can relax and be present for the service. The service portion of our gathering is around 30 minutes of silent participation on your part, during which time we'll begin with a short meditation. We'll read the poem which the church has adopted as our acknowledgement of oneness with all that is, titled A Litany of Gratitude, a reading from our rotating text, along with an opportunity to journal your thoughts around the reading. A reading from our main text, the Tao Te Ching. After that, we'll bring the official service to a close, and from there we'll move into an optional discussion period led by Eric. We have allotted 90 minutes for this portion until noon Eastern, and do invite you to participate if you feel called. With that, welcome, and thank you again for joining our sanctuary community in celebration. As we begin our statement of faith, we recognize that this statement does not exhaust the full extent of our faith. We believe that sacred mushrooms are a primary source of personal and divine revelation. We seek counsel from the mushroom to find direction and inspiration in our faith practice, and we believe that all individuals who seek true revelation from divinity can do so. I invite Christine to lead us in our meditation this morning.
All right. Good morning, everyone. So good to be together this morning. Yeah. So as Athena said, make yourself relaxed, in a relaxed space. And we'll begin by observing our breath as it is. Just noticing the in and out of your breath, the up and down of your belly. Feels so good just to settle into our breath. And this morning we're going to do a practice called soft belly breathing. as taught by Jim Gordon of the Center for Mind Body Medicine. It's a wonderful group of people that do work all over the world. And we kind of contain a world in our bellies. Our bellies are very sensitive. There's sensors that pick up when we're in a safe space, when we're in an unsafe space. Our bellies send messages to our brain. So in a sense, this morning, we're going to spend a couple of minutes just honoring this part of our bodies. And when the belly is relaxed, the entire body relaxes. So if you haven't already, just draw your awareness to this part of your body, to your belly. And as you breathe in, think the word soft. And as you breathe out, think the word belly. Breathing in, soft. Breathing out, belly. Soft, belly. Soft, belly. And in this practice, it's easy to add an ah breath as you're breathing out. So breathing soft in, breathing belly out with an ah. 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 And as you're ready, you can continue to have this soft belly during our time together this morning. And as you're ready, you can open your eyes if you've had them closed. Maybe look around you in the space that you're in, resonating with something of beauty, thinking of your soft belly. thinking of how we're coming together this morning in community, in love and softness. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine. I'd like to just take a moment for those who are communing with the sacrament today, every day. I'd like to send love to those that are cultivating the sacrament, for our community, and for those seeking it out. Love and gratitude. And we'll into our litany of gratitude this morning. I invite you to unmute your mics if you'd like, and join me when I say, we live in all things live in us. We live by the sun, we feel by the moon, we move by the stars. We live in all things.
All things live in us.
We eat from the earth, we drink from the rain, we breathe with the air. We live in
all things. All things live in us.
We call to each other, we listen to each other. Our hearts deepen with love and compassion. We live
in all things. All things live in us.
We depend on the trees and the animals. We depend on the earth. Our minds open with wisdom and insight.
We live in all things. All things live in us.
We dedicate our practice to others. We include all forms of life.
They can pay for it.
We celebrate the joy of living and dying. We live
in all things. All things live in us.
So all these people.
We are full of life. We are full of death. And we are grateful for all beings and companions. I invite you to resume your mute. Thank you, everyone. We'll go into our first reading with the help from Susan.
Most of us can look back on our experiences and recall, often with great regret, times when we hurt others or did something that violated our values. Many people find it hard to forgive themselves for one or more of these instances, carrying around a considerable burden of guilt. Grappling with what you've done wrong prior to forgiving yourself can be a good thing. Feelings of guilt can motivate us to make amends and change any entrenched behaviors. One process developed to help people work towards self-forgiveness includes 4 parts, which we call the 4 R's of self-forgiveness. In working towards self-forgiveness, a person does the following: takes responsibility for harming another person, expresses remorse while also seeking to minimize shame, engages in restoration through repair-oriented behaviors and a recommitment to personal values, and achieves a renewal of self-respect, self-compassion, and self-acceptance. Forgiving yourself does not mean condoning your own actions, forgetting what you have done, or minimizing the impact it has had on others. True self-forgiveness involves both taking responsibility and moving towards self-compassion.
Thank you, Susan. We'll now take a moment to reflect on this reading. If you have your journal and would like to participate in that, we have a journal prompt. Most people carry at least some of their past with them longer than needed. What is your process with self-forgiveness? We'll come back together in 5 minutes. Good night. So begin finishing up your thoughts. We'll begin moving into our next reading. The paradoxical nature of life and its mysteries are best experienced through the ineffable space we find in our communion with the mushroom. For more than 2,000 years, the Tao Te Ching has provided guidance and instruction for exploring the paradox of existence. It is for this reason that we employ the Tao Te Ching as our primary sacred text and invite all to study it further as you delve deeper into the mystery of life. All right, Kevin, help us with our reading.
Good morning, Sanctuary. Tao Te Ching, chapter 22. Bend and you will be whole. Curl and you'll be straight. Keep empty and you'll be filled. Grow old and you'll be renewed. Have little and you will gain. Have much and you will be confused. Therefore, the sage embraces the one and becomes a pattern to all under heaven. They do not make a show of themselves, hence they shine. Does not justify themselves, hence they become known. Does not boast of their ability, hence they get their credit. Does not brandish their success, hence they endure. Does not compete with anyone, hence no one can compete with them. Indeed, the ancient saying, bend and you will remain whole, is no idle word. Nay, if you have really attained wholeness, everything will flock to you. Good one.
Thank you, Kevin. All right, as we begin closing out our Sunday service, I invite Amy to help us with announcements this morning.
Good morning, everybody. This week we'll have 3 virtual workshops led by members for members only. Some of the virtual workshops we have coming up in April include Monday, April 24th, Intro to Acrylic Pours with Laura. Tuesday, the 25th, Internal Family Systems with Deborah. Tuesday, April 25th, Book Club, Reading Fruit of the Gods with Susan. And Wednesday, April 26th, Posture Delic with John. You can find all upcoming workshops in the members only virtual events calendar page in your member portal. Sanctuary will be hosting theme camps at both May Kentucky Yoga Festival and May Kentucky Yoga Fest and June Playthink Festivals. At both of these festivals, we'll have an ongoing workshop and circle schedule of our own. All official Sanctuary members receive a discount on your tickets. You can find this discount in the member section, benefits section of your member portal. On Wednesday, April 26th, Courtney will be hosting a spring women's vision boarding workshop and circle at 6 to 8 at Clifton Universalist Unitarian. We'll begin with a short meditation, followed by journaling and crafting our vision of the spring season to come. Rose cacao moon milk will be available throughout the workshop. This event is also is no suggested cost for Sanctuary members and is suggested $10 to $20 for non-members. For details, please register via our events calendar. And thank you for all of you who registered for our April and May cohorts of Subtle Sacrament, myself, and Friends and Family Minister programs. Enrolling in our Subtle Sacrament program will ordain you to self-administer microdose communions with the support of weekly coaching calls, dose reporting, and an 8-week guided PDF journal. As an active Subtle Sacrament minister, you also have the option to request sacrament from the church for the duration of the 8-week program. Our Myself Minister program is an 8-week course around the topics of personal sacrament experience, forms of processing, integration, crisis management, pharmacology, the illusion of time, and so much more. Our Friends and Family Minister program focuses on learning to hold space for loved ones while also taking care of your energetic needs. Monthly enrollment opportunities mean greater program access and diversity for all. Applications for our June cohorts are now open and will close on May 14th. And that is all for today.
Awesome. Thank you, Amy.
You're welcome.
Fundraising. James.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Always wonderful to join you all, during service.
Really just wanted to give a big thank you to Jason and Bill for their addition to the discussion around fundraising in the Discord over the last week. I had hoped to have a little bit more to discuss this week. Unfortunately, I had some personal issues that pulled me away for a big chunk of the week. But I wanted to highlight something that Jason said right at the beginning as he was sharing a lot of his insights about the importance of communicating to people just how critical their financial support is to the overall health of Psanctuary and how critical it is to making this possible. And he said at the beginning of it that he didn't want to talk about what he personally was hoping to build within the context of Psanctuary. In his particular instance, a service focused on end-of-life care, which is so, I think, incredibly important as an aspect of offering our sacrament to people in the world. And I wanted to encourage people to jump into the Discord before we set the sort of meeting about fundraising to dig in a little bit more about how we could be supporting Psanctuary as members of the community. And let us know where you might see your personal growth in this sort of world, in this context. I think there's an assumption that your growth is maybe in some way in competition with Psanctuary, or a distraction, or not welcome or rude to bring up in these contexts. And I think it's completely the contrary. For Psanctuary to thrive, for it to really take on momentum and become what I think we all see it as capable of becoming, everyone who wants to grow within Psanctuary needs to be able to find a way to do so. And so if there are ways that you are seeing your relationship with the sacrament translating to a public presence or an organizational presence or some other dream, those are important to know. Those are critical to know. Being able to encourage your momentum and your growth and your service to the sacrament only helps Psanctuary, only makes real what we're talking about every week. So I would love to hear from people in the Discord if you have a personal calling around the sacrament that might be relevant when we start talking about more public-facing fundraising or other awareness campaigns, both for Psanctuary as an organization and for everybody who is a member of this community. So I wanted to leave that there. Other than that, I'm going to try to get this week a little bit more on officially getting a meeting set together to talk about sort of some of these issues and things in a more focused way, and would love to have everyone's thoughts in the meantime. So thank you all so much again for being here every week and for giving everything that you do give. I think we have an opportunity to grow as a community in a really incredible way, and I would love to hear from all of you in the meantime. So thank you so much.
Thanks, James. Really appreciate everyone who is a part of this community and all that you do. Membership, Stephen.
Good morning, everyone. We have one new member this week. Her name is Colleen from Maine. So welcome, Colleen.
All right. Yes. And if you are not yet a member, you can visit our website, psanctuary.org, and learn more about our 5-step membership onboarding process. We would love to have you join us. All right. I'll begin closing out today's service, recognizing we've come together with intentions of service to the land and all its inhabitants. It is in our hearts to go forth into the world with the collective consciousness. We encourage you to stay for continued fellowship and conversation around our readings today. And for those unable to stay, we thank you for being with us. And as we further our conversation, please remember that all perspectives are welcome as we search for the spiritual truth that unites us all. Much love to everyone.